Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Water Bear Podcast. So, as you all know, I'm on hiatus. I'm in between seasons 7 and 8. We just wrapped up season 7, and season 8 will start on April 9th. But in between this time, as if you've been following, you know that I started a new mini series segment within the podcast called It's My Season, where I'm interviewing and speaking with every zodiac sign. So by the time we get to December, I will have talked from everyone from Capricorn to Sagittarius. So we'll run through the whole zodiac here. So far we've done Capricorn and Aquarius. Aquarius season just ended, so now we're in Pisces season. So in case you didn't know, Pisces season is February 19th through March 20th. Also, we know that sharing is caring, and the likes and comments and all that is great, but we definitely love to subscribe. Subscribing is thriving, and that's the goal that we have here at the Water Bear Podcast. So if you don't mind and you're watching this YouTube video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time there's a new episode. Also, this doesn't apply for right now, but I'll still go ahead and let you all know once we resume the regular schedule of the regular weekly podcast episodes. After April 9th, you'll be able to catch the drip every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And for social media, you can follow me on Instagram at Poetic, and that's PEAUXETIC, and TikTok at PEAUXETIC number 7. So it's basically the same thing, Poetic, but with the number 7 at the end. And you can follow tonight's guest, Marcus Cobb. You can follow him on several social media platforms. You can follow him on Instagram at Dallas Means Business. So that's all together, all one word. So Dallas, just like the city, means MEANS, and then business. So that's all together. You can follow him there. And then on TikTok, you can follow him at Cobb Channel, and that's COBB, and then channel CHANNEL. And then on Facebook, you can follow him by his full name, Marcus Cobb, and that is Marcus with a K, so MARKUS. So I met Marcus a few years ago. He came to one of my book signings. I did a book signing. This is probably like maybe back in 2018, 2019, one of those, where I was doing kind of like a poetry tasting, or wine tasting, I should say, with poetry. I feel like I was a glutton for punishment that year because I had put out like 3 books in 1 year. So that I don't think I would ever do that again. But it was fun during that time. It was exciting, but I don't think I'll do it again. It was a lot of work. But Marcus has always been a wonderful supporter, and also a great friend. Of course, as I mentioned, he is a Pisces. He also has his own business that he runs, Lather and More. I've tried the products and they are really phenomenal. So y'all want to make sure that y'all get those, and I'll bring him on in a minute so he can speak more to that. And also a famous Pisces. So, I do a famous person of the sign that I have on the show. So in case y'all didn't know this, Bad Bunny, the rapper who recently put out a new album, Bad Bunny is a Pisces, in case y'all did not know that. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring Marcus in to join us. Hey, what's up, Marcus?
What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm pretty good. How about you?
Very good.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Well, thank you for joining for this segment. This has been really exciting. I love doing the regular podcast season, but I've really been excited about this It's My Season and seeing the answers that people give, and just give a chance for everybody to rep their sign, because all 12 signs, I believe, have something unique and something great to offer.
Indeed.
Yes.
Well, I mean, first off, I just want to say congratulations to you for another great season that you've
thank you.
accomplished. And also, best wishes to, another great season. I'm glad that you have done this. I've learned a lot, watching you. And also it's just having more conversations about, zodiac signs. I think a lot of people don't really understand and really talk about it as much as they should.
Hmm.
But as I've gotten older and, within the past year or two, I've learned a lot about each and every sign. So it's been, incredible to really interact with people and talk about that. I think it's very important in relationships, especially friendship
Yes.
and
Hmm.
marriage and, couples.
Right.
But I just got to say, it's just, I love it. So,
Oh, thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. Man, I appreciate that. I really do. I do. And
Yeah.
so I know that, of course, Pisces season, we're in it now. And so what is your birthday? Where exactly do you fall within the Pisces window there?
Yeah, my birthday is March 19th, and I was born in '84, so
Okay.
I turned 41 this year,
Okay.
and and I'm very honestly proud to say that because a lot of people would be scared to tell their age,
Hmm.
but however, I'm proud of my age because a lot of people there are people that never saw 41,
Hmm.
and unfortunately, my father didn't get to see 41, and he was a
All right.
Pisces, and he was born March 9th and born 10 days after him. So,
Wow.
I, talk about that because it's just, um, he would have been close to 70 now, if he
Right.
was alive. So basically it's just a very proud moment to be turning, in my 40s. I just
Hmm.
love it. I feel great.
That's awesome. And I'm totally with you on that. I don't shy away from telling people my age either because like you said, a lot of people did not have the opportunity to wake up and see 40.
Right.
So yeah, it's a blessing. Every year is a blessing. And I kind of to the point now where I don't even really um I understand the concept of milestone birthdays.
Right.
When you get 30, 40, 50, I understand that. But I also feel that every year is a milestone
Right.
because we're living. So
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Yes, for sure. And so if you don't mind telling the viewers and the listeners just a little bit about yourself. I know I mentioned some things before you came on, but just anything that you want to share, just about your business or anything like that before we get into the questions.
Yes, I it's been quite a journey. I was born and raised, in Bmore, which stands for Baltimore, Maryland. I lived there pretty much for 27 years.
Wow.
Pretty much it's been quite a journey living there. For anybody that knows, because when I tell people that I'm from Bmore, they look at me like, we know about that, city. So I had this happen yesterday. And when I tell people, be more, it's just they ask me and tell me that is it just like The Wire on HBO that used to be on there, and it really is. It's worse than that.
It's not funny, but I
It,
never thought of it that way. But yeah,
yeah,
okay.
but I had the encouragement and just the willpower to get up out of there
Mhm.
when I was 27. So I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, thinking that because I studied and was very passionate about television and media.
Hmm. Okay.
So I volunteered back home for a television station, and I also did an internship when I was in college
Hmm.
for Entrepreneurs Edge Television. So I worked with this woman in DC and Virginia, and we would travel and interview business owners. We would do it on camera, and it was just one of the best experiences that I had back then. And so I kind of wanted to continue that and really get more in depth with media and just interviews and everything. So I decided to move to Atlanta and pursue that, but it was crazy because I think it was like pretty much after the recession that we had back then.
Right.
And so it kind of wasn't. And then I thought by having family there, it would have been a lot easier, but it just turned out to be a lot of drama.
Oh.
So I moved there and glad that it didn't take so long. So I decided to make my way to Houston,
Mhm.
and it was just, I loved Houston. I met a lot of good people there. I continued also because I was also in the culinary field as well. So I did
Mm.
seafood for like about 10 years, and that goes back to like DC. And so I worked my way up and, did a lot of things. And then I moved to Alston, uh, just to get something different, have a
Right.
different experience. And I worked for the school system, and I worked for their production food center. And then I, finally transferred to Dallas, and that's where I met you
Right.
when I first came here. And it seems like it was longer than that. It feels like I've been in Dallas for honestly about 8 years, seven.
That sounds about right because I know when I first met you, it was like 2018, 2019, and that was 2018 was 7 years ago. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
about
So
right.
so I can't believe that it's been that long. And so basically I continued, working. We met um, during that time. And we honestly, I worked for your school that you attended and
Yep,
graduated
UTD.
from.
Yeah.
And after that point, I decided to, go into more of the business realm,
Right.
learning about sales, business development, and pretty much getting to know more about learning how to run a company.
Right.
So I decided to gain more experience in startups, and because I knew that I wanted to run my own. So it's just been an incredible experience being here in Dallas. I'm glad that I'm still here, and I'm
Right.
just, ready to take it to the next level.
Hey, hey, nothing wrong with that. That sounds great to me. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Okay. Well, speaking of the next level, so you led me to my first question. So this segment is called elevator pitch. So if you were on an elevator with somebody and you had about 30 seconds to tell them about Pisces and how great the Pisces sign is, what would you tell them?
I would say as a Pisces, I'm very smart, I'm very creative, I'm very deeply intuitive, I'm close to being psychic. I mean, I know things that people just don't see right away, and I can really position myself to really understand the art of being emotionally driven. But at the same time, we could be sensitive at times, but don't mistake that for the creative part of who we are.
Mm, I love that. Yeah, and I've heard a lot of people give credit to both Pisces and Cancer for having the intuition and that intuitive ability. And I do agree that Pisces of all the signs, just at large, and I do think there are some people who do have, maybe intuitive or psychic abilities that are outside of the Pisces sign, but just the sign at large, I agree. I think that Pisces, I know several Pisces people that are like that, where they can just see a lot of things before it hits, so they just have really good insight into things.
Yeah, my grandmother was a Pisces, and she was always that person that just saw things before they happened. She would react to it very fast, and I wouldn't even have to ask.
Wow.
So I come from a family that has a lot of Pisces. So both my fathers were Pisces.
Wow. Wow.
And my grandmother was a Pisces, my uncle's a Pisces, my two aunts on my father's side are a Pisces. I have four cousins that are Pisces.
Oh, so you just, I mean, y'all got, it's a family of fish, just like
Yeah,
everybody's swim.
yeah,
I love it. Okay. Wow. That's awesome. Okay.
right.
So,
So
so, oh no, what were you going to say?
yeah, it's a strong Pisces family on both sides.
Yeah. Yeah, that is. Wow. That's really interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And so with that, now this is excluding Pisces. Which zodiac sign would you say is your ride or die And then on the flip side of that, which zodiac sign would you say bye-bye to that you just feel like is your worst match in any aspect?
Well, I would say, honestly, Virgos were always my ride or die,
Mm, okay.
honestly. And I could say there are other signs, but I have two friends that are Virgos, and I feel like they understand me on a level that a lot of people don't.
Mm,
And
okay.
they always were that perfectionist. That's when I think of Virgos. And they always pointed out things that I would miss and probably wouldn't see. As much as I would see things, they would pay attention to the details. And you kind of needed that as a Pisces, because
Hmm.
sometimes for our weakness, we tend to drift off, and we tend to not always have a clear conscience of everything that's supposed to be there. And I feel like Virgos, pay attention to that and keep you in line and keep you in check. And they give you the feedback that probably some other signs wouldn't really give you.
Hmm.
So it's just, I feel like they would be really my ride or die person.
Hmm. I can see that. I can see that. I feel like Pisces and Virgo are kind of like a yin and yang pairing
Yes.
because, to your point, Pisces is one of the most creative signs. I feel like creativity. Y'all have that on lock.
Yes.
Very very creative. And sometimes when you are a creative person, um, you do tend to miss some of the little minor details.
Yes.
And I think a Virgo, where their strength is more so the execution of the idea.
Yeah.
Like they may not come up with all the creative pieces, but they can execute well.
Yeah. And I do say also, I love my other water signs, and we'll probably talk about this, but you know, when we're all together, it's just very natural, especially honestly, Scorpios.
Mm, okay.
I love Scorpio women, so that's just me. But it's just, if I was to be in a marriage and all, they
Mm.
would be really my top pick.
Scorpio women.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I can
And
see that.
also, I would say definitely. I mean, I love cancers. I mean, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Cancers are really cool people too. Yeah.
yeah, but that's really my top pick. Now, as far as the sign to really that I just can't stand, and uh, it used to be, honestly, it was always Gemini's.
I've heard a lot of Pisces people say that Gemini is not their cup of tea. I've
No,
heard, I've
it's
heard.
it's honestly, it used to be the fact that, and I mentioned this yesterday with someone, that I always saw them as two-faced.
Hmm.
And because it's like one minute we're good and everything, and then on the other hand, you'll say something or do something that really gets me to pop off and gets me
Hmm.
upset.
Hmm.
And that's kind of how they always been. Like, it goes back like when I was younger, where me and my cousin just never got along. He was a Gemini. He's a Gemini. And I have several Geminis in my family, and they just crazy. And I always saw them as crazy. And we would always clash. And then when we were kids, we would always have to go stand in the corner because we would always fight. So
Mm.
it was just always, I never could understand why, I always felt like being attacked by a Gemini. But now is different because I'm older. I know how to conduct myself in front of a Gemini.
Huh.
But they were never really my favorite sign to begin with. But I could say also, Leos are trouble as well,
Oh, okay. Now, how so?
because they're the type, they're just, they're not, they're like a step down from Aries. Now, Aries is very strong, and I love Aries because I'm
Mhm.
close to that sign.
Me
But
too.
Leos always seem to be more arrogant, and they always come off as this type where I know everything and I want to do this and that, and they just don't have no consideration for others. That's kind of what it's been like when I got older.
Mm,
So
okay.
when I'm around Leos, it's just like I got to be on my cues about that.
Okay.
But those were like really the two signs that really just like,
Gemini and Leo. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, okay, okay. Hey, I respect it. I respect it. Okay. And so switching it up a little bit to music. So if you had to make a Pisces playlist, what five songs would be on that list? Like as a non-negotiable, you have to have these songs on a Pisces playlist.
There's so many. I had to narrow it down, but I could say so many. I like, the first one would be Kim, which is "Lie to Me."
Oh, okay, okay.
Uh, Definitely October London. Uh, Back to Your Place.
I like that song.
Yeah, and then SZA, which is I love her.
Me
I
too.
love her
Yeah.
music. I love I Hate You. It's just so many I like from her. Uh, I like Sade, Kiss of Life,
Oh, oh yeah,
and
that's a classic.
yeah, and I gotta have my boys. They from Texas, but they had such a hard time. Is High Five. Uh,
Oh,
yes, I never get tired of that song. Every time it come on, I'm excited because I used to have that CD,
yeah.
and that's got to be on my playlist. Every time I hear it, it brings back so many good memories. We used to play it when we go skating back in the day, back home. It's just, it never gets old. They from Waco, so I
Uh-huh.
pass it every time I go, to Alston.
Right.
And so watching their story is sad,
It is.
but
Mhm.
but it's just one of those classic groups that you just never forget.
Yeah.
And that's definitely on my playlist. I could add more, but that's definitely the five.
No, those are some good ones. Those are really, really good ones.
Yeah,
Um, and I love that so far, as I've asked this question, and I've kind of wondered if people will pick some of the same songs, but so far, it's been totally different. So it's been a true playlist when I think of the songs that everybody's chosen. But I like them all. Like everything everybody said, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Or yeah, I like that artist too.
yeah. I mean, I'm a hardcore R&B soul person.
Me
So
too.
most of my music is like definitely on YouTube music playlists. I like how they, get a collection of all the songs you would like, and
Hmm.
they put them together and everything. And I just listen to it almost every day. And it's just so many songs on there that I just love. I love the classic ones, go back from the 90s to the 80s, back when I was born. And even, during our parents, there are a lot of them back, like Maze.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I love Maze.
yes. And then also, it's just like so many, the Gen Z don't understand, true good music
Yeah.
like we do.
Hmm.
And so it's just, I take it, I'm so honored to have been born in the millennial age, to have experienced, Soul Train,
Oh
experience,
yeah.
yes. And I still watch YouTube videos on it because it's very classical. It's just an era that you were so proud to be a part of and
Oh
learn.
yeah.
And I know that they at one point would try to bring it back, but I just like, you got to leave that alone.
Hmm. Yeah, certain things I agree. It works for that time, and
Right,
once that time has passed, I don't think people should try to do the reboots. And I mean, sometimes
right.
it works, but just let it be in that time period.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Definitely.
I agree. I agree. Okay. All right. So this is the last question. So I'm really curious to see what your answer is on this one. So this one has to do with birthday gifts. So what is the best birthday gift that you've ever received? And this is the thank you. And then what would you say has been the worst birthday gift that you've ever received, which would be the not so much?
Oh my God.
You don't have to tell the giver, but just what the gift was.
Yeah, I would say the best gift that I truly, received was honestly uh, two two tickets to uh, L.A. Uh, that I
Okay.
received about 4 years ago.
Okay, that's a great gift.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that I never went to LA. I never been at that time. And so it was just like the best, gift that I could receive, to get a trip because I knew how, costly that was.
Right, right.
Because I would always talk about, television, doing it there and everything, and they wanted me to experience it. So
Nice.
that was really the best gift that I could receive, and there are others that I could talk about, but that was pretty much the one of the best ones I received
Yeah, it
for
is a great
me.
one.
Trips are like the best, gift. Money and gift cards and all that's okay, but when a person can take the time to really understand who you are and what you really want to do, and they
Mhm.
buy it for you, that's goes another level.
Yeah, I agree.
And honestly, this person wasn't even family. This was a friend.
Wow.
So this didn't even come from immediate.
Right.
So it was just shocking for me.
Wow. That's awesome. That's yeah, I would definitely say that's worthy of being the best gift.
Right. But the worst gift that I received was honestly is painful as it seemed and it's surprising. It was something that I received last year, and it was a Macy's gift card
Oh,
because it's like I just like I don't like this store. I really don't, and everything is overpriced. I hate going when I go in there. I just feel like I could buy all this stuff elsewhere, and I would get it. It would get a
way
better
more for
deal.
your money. Hmm.
Yes. And I go in there and I would spend, and they wouldn't even give me enough to buy multiple things. So, I mean, imagine going into Macy's with $25 gift card. I mean, seriously, I was just like, what is
Buy
this?
some socks, maybe, and
Yeah. And I was just
something
like
at
the
the food
worst.
court.
Like, you might as well just not even bought it for me. And it's just like, you cannot buy really anything in there worth $25 at most.
Okay, so let me ask you. So was it the fact that was it more so that it was Macy's, or was it also compounded with the fact that it was a gift card? Like you just don't really like gift cards for birthdays, or
No, it was the fact that it was Macy's. I love gift cards. They like the best gift, to give, people now. But
Mhm.
Macy's is just not one of my favorite stores. I kind of stay out of those places now because it's like I like to shop online
Yeah,
because I get better clothing. I just know where to go, and it's just very overpriced. Very overpriced.
yeah, I can see. I haven't. Macy's is one of those stores. I can't say I like it, but I can't say I dislike it either. But it's one of those stores where I don't think about it unless I'm driving by it or unless I'm walking past a Macy's in a mall.
Right.
And maybe if they might have like a sale on some cologne or something I like, I might walk in there. But yeah, you're right. A lot of the stuff in there is overpriced. Um, and you can get the same stuff other places for a lot
Right.
less.
Right. And I just gotten so much better at supporting, black owned
Mhm.
clothing people.
Yes.
And I found some of the best stuff like elsewhere, and I get it ordered and delivered to me. And it's
Yeah.
just some of the nicest stuff. I love one of my favorite stores is K&G, which came from being living in Baltimore because it was like
Right.
right around the
Hmm.
corner, and they have some of the nicest dress stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's just one of my strong places to go. So
Right.
yeah,
Hey,
it was
that's what's
definitely
up.
man.
Hey, well, wow, I can't believe this time went by so fast. I can't believe we're already at the end of the show. But before we get out of here, is there anything that you want to plug or tell the viewers about, or even anything, any last words about Pisces that you'd like to tell the viewers?
Yeah, I would say where I'm coming out with a Pisces clothing line, and
That's
I
dope.
really I just love the Pisces zodiac sign. So I
Mhm.
feel like I really want to explore more of what the Pisces entails, and we're going to come out with shirts and definitely collectible items that people could
Oh
use.
wow.
And I'm also starting a group called the Piscespreneur Group, and
Huh.
with this group, we're going to talk about, Pisces, and we're going to have, guests and panels, and we're doing a wine event very soon. So I'm just excited about this. It's really all about Pisces, really bringing more awareness to them
Mhm.
and exploring their, strong attributes, their weaknesses. We're going to talk about that, how it relates to business, how you can
Right.
overcome it, bring in those special guests. And of course, I always have my, podcast,
Right.
Means Business,
That's right.
where I interview, business owners and everything. But now the I'm transitioning into more of the television role. So I'm hoping to be able to do more of that this summer. And it's probably going to be elsewhere besides Dallas. So
Ah,
see,
nice.
you will be working on that. And that's just a few things that's in the works. It's just so many um, things that I'm looking to accomplish this year. And that's quite a few of them. So I'm really
Nice.
excited.
Hey, that's wow! Congratulations, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely keep me posted on that, so that I can support and that everybody can support. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really awesome.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just, but the last thing is that when I've learned about being, a Pisces, is that we, as a Pisces man, we're very different than the Pisces woman. So it's just,
Mhm.
they always would look at us as very sensitive or very, you know, person that could be crazy. And the funny thing is, and this guy had mentioned this on a TikTok video, and I was shocked by it. But, and I hate saying it, but it's just they consider our sign as the most murderous sign.
Oh, I saw something. I don't know if you watched the Dahmer series, but I saw something going around where they were talking about serial killers specifically, and they were
Right.
going through the zodiac signs. And
Yeah.
from what I remember, Virgo was actually number one. I think for all of the famous serial killers that we know of, a lot of them are Virgos.
Yeah. That's, I wouldn't be really surprised by that uh, because, like, my friend just has, unfortunately, uh, I ain't gonna put him out there like that, but he
Right, he'd be on
was
most wanted.
yeah, Well, I mean, he's been there. And that's, the thing. I really could see that with
Mhm.
Virgos because they have those attributes and the mentality of carrying that out. And
Mhm.
Pisces was one of them as well.
Wow.
So it's just when you have the two of them together, that could be quite
Yeah, it could be
something.
dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh man, oh man. Well, yes, yeah, y'all keep it cool with the Pisces, especially during Pisces season. So,
Yes. I mean, I'm happy that it's here, and I it's one of those seasons where I just enjoy. I love March,
mhm.
April, even though we go into Aries season, but March is always just a incredible month. February, now my stepfather's birthday is this weekend, so he's a Pisces too.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah, so it's lucky for him, he gets to go to an island with my mother.
Oh,
So
that
yeah,
sounds like
so
fun.
they for his birthday, so he's gonna enjoy it.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, thanks again, Marcus, for coming on and repping strong for Pisces. I really appreciate it. So again, for those of you who maybe didn't catch the very beginning of this, Pisces season is February 19th and it extends through March 20th. So if you know a Pisces, and make sure, hey, you share this with them and let them know. And we'll be doing the next one, which will be Aries. You can catch
No,
that the first Wednesday of the month of March is when. No, I'm sorry. First Wednesday, the month of April, actually, which I believe will be April. It might be April Fool's Day, but that it might end up coming out because I think it's that first Wednesday. So, but we'll see. It'll be early April. But
okay.
yes, but yeah, but yeah. Thank you so much again, Marcus. This has been great, and thanks so much for joining me.
Likewise, brother.
Thank you. All right,
Take
you
care.
you too.